So let's get down to business. We're going to talk about mental and at the end, financial well-being. And we're going to do it by taking a walk. And now that I've left the house, I start to think about things. Am I going to get sunstroke? Do I have enough water? But then I start looking at my plants. Do they have enough water? Will it be okay? How's my lawn? Looking at my house, looking at my neighbors, and wondering if I'm too loud in the morning to disrupt my neighbors. Check this out. I've got a ripstick on the ground here. It's my daughter's. And what crosses my mind is, am I teaching her right? For her to leave her stuff out of here. Then I start thinking, maybe I should leave it here to teach her to pick it up herself, or maybe I should move it. Right? I used Prius. I start thinking, well, is gray a good color? There's dents in it. Should I get it fixed? Your mind starts to worry about a million things that had I stayed in the house, sitting up there, doing nothing, maybe sipping tea and looking out the window or playing guitar or whatever, wouldn't be crossing my mind. Meditation isn't about some sort of spiritual yogi type of thing. It's really about being able to close your mind off to understand who you are, because the moment you start doing anything, you get distracted. Let's take a walk and talk about how we work this out. And as I walk around the block, I think I have neighbors that may not like me, may not like my wife, etc., because they don't talk to me or there's issues. I start to worry. Will it affect my children? Will it affect my well-being? Just walking by their house, you might think certain things. Your brain will hijack you. Step number one, as you walk, work today, or as you're driving down the street or something like that, think to yourself, every time a thought goes into your mind, think about it. Why am I thinking that, first and foremost? Then the second thing you think about is that thought relevant? Is it something that adds to me? Is it something that I need to be thinking in order to be successful for what I need to be? My goal in life is to help people, because if they're happy, then they're less likely to look at me as an enemy. They're happy. I don't bother them. So make more people happy. Why not, right? Me worrying about what my neighbors think, the car, or worrying about anything really isn't that necessary. What's important is when I meet someone, am I doing my best to make sure I don't impede on their happiness, and am I providing a service when necessary? When you do that, then even problems become something you don't worry about so much anymore. Even when something bad happens, it's not so much something bad happened, let's be distracted. It's that something bad happened, it's time for you to shine. You stub your toe, miss your train, you need to make a report, something was incorrect, you made a mistake. It's your time to show that in times of crisis, you can still be yourself. No matter what happens in the world, you're still working towards improving yourself, towards taking your brand and proving it and showing it to people. Give an example. Married man, sitting at home, my wife will consistently ask me to do something. In the old days, I used to think, oh man, she's asked me to do something, I'm on my day off, or I don't want to do anything, I'm relaxing. None of that anymore. What happens when I'm asked to do something, I'm like, it's time for me to show me. Showtime. It's that time to go out there and do whatever activity it is, fixing the computer, washing the dishes, taking out the laundry, in a way that helps edify who I am. I might use the time to washing dishes to meditate. I might use the time, helping my wife on her computer to listen to her, to try to teach myself how to be better at what it is I believe I'm good at, so to speak. It's all opportunity. It's not distraction. So I mentioned before, walking through your neighborhood, you're going to be distracted. That's an opportunity to practice my Japanese, an opportunity to listen, an opportunity to introduce. With my daughter who's filming this, hey, sweetie, who's filming this, got to meet him and talk to him and share conversations. It's all opportunities, not distraction. So walking down the street, practice your meditation. Why am I thinking this? Does it help me be me? And if it does, let's use this as an opportunity. Now it gets to financial. This is the important part. Once you start realizing what the distractions are, you realize there are distractions in your pocketbook, things you don't need to buy because of impulse purchasing or binge eating or whatever it happens to be. We'll talk next week about that. But once you start realizing what are the distractions, I was going to spend 300 yen on candy because I was suddenly distracted by it, put that away. Or once you start managing your budget, at the end of the month, if there's extra money, put that all in a piggy bank. Not a savings account overseas. Don't do anything too, outrageous, but just stick it in a piggy bank. One, know who you are, know what you're trying to do, what skills you're trying to strengthen, what abilities you're trying to enable yourself with. Make sure you avoid all the distractions in your neighborhood. Okay, sorry, distracted. use them as opportunities to build you. And then once you realize what distracts you as it involves money, create a savings game for yourself to start saving pennies away. And we'll talk about how those pennies away can help you live the life you want to live. Have a great week. I'm going to keep walking around the neighborhood with my baby.